welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you on this late evening out to the shed of many names on this beautiful evening. Thankfully, this is the last video of the day, as I'm going to go home, get some sleep, y'all. Well, Clearance Queen struck again. Went to the store to go grocery shopping for family, and well, there were just bags and bags of limes on clearance. Yes, some of them might not look all that beautiful, but you know what? This just means that the lime is getting really ripe. When they start turning yellow, they're really ripe. And you know what? Nothing's wrong with them, not whatsoever. And with what's coming down the pike, we're going to need as much as we can stock back up. Now, one good thing about dehydrating citrus, which that's what we're going to be doing today, is it's easy to heat water up, y'all. 1 or 2 slices of lime in a cup of hot water, and you got instant vitamin C, something that all of us are going to desperately need when it hits the fan. And it's also good to, once it's dehydrated, you can grind it up into powder, or you can use it in soups. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but yes, lime in soups, especially if you're making like a fish soup or cooking fish. So many things, limeade, you name it. So let's get busy and start slicing some limes, because I'm going to be slicing for a while, because I probably have 5 or 6 more bags, and that's just a little bit of them. So what we're going to do is take our lime. See that little piece of stem left in? Make sure you get that out. And you want to slice them as thin as you can. See, nothing wrong with that lime now, is it? It's still beautiful inside. And I'm hoping, I doubt it, but I'm hoping to get some seeds and start some little lime trees. And see, if you make a mistake slicing them, ain't nothing wrong with that slice. It'll still dehydrate. Oh, it smells so good. And once you start getting to the end, be careful. And don't worry. Now, of course, wash all your limes. I forgot to mention that first. I have already washed them, because you don't know who's handled them, who all's handled them, and where they've been. Some might be thick sliced a little bit. Some might be really thin. You know what? They're all going to dehydrate. Oh my gracious, it smells good. Even the little bitty pieces. Save them all. Let's do one more. There's a good looking one. No stem. The reason I always try to get that little piece of stem out, yep, there it is. Where'd it go? Is, if you're not careful, that can come out in some tea, and if you don't pay attention, you can swallow it and take a chance of getting choked. I mean, it's not going to kill you. I mean, if the stem's still on there, but better be safe than sorry. course, with them being a little more yellow, the juice runs really easy, so be careful with them and try not to smush them too much, because you want to try to keep as much of that juice in these slices. And don't worry, don't try to be OCD and attempt to make every slice perfect. Yeah, no. Ain't happening in my world. Don't let it happen in your world, because don't worry about it. Just keep going. Make it simple. Don't make it hard on yourself. Alright, I'm going to keep on slicing, and I'll bring y'all back when I get done. It's going to be a while. See you here in a bit. Whew, y'all, I am finally done. 14 trays later of sliced limes. Let me tell you, it smells wonderful in here. Now, for those who are not used to dehydrating or haven't dehydrated before, the sliced limes can go on your trays. The sides can touch, but you do not want the slices to overlap at all, because they have to be able to have airflow. Now, the reason why I say it's okay for the sides to touch, because as they dry, they're going to shrink. They're going to shrink quite a bit. Not a whole, not down to something little bitty, but they're going to shrink down. I'm fixing to cut these dehydrators on, and I'm heading home. I am ready to go to bed. It's been a long day, and I gotta hit it again tomorrow. And not fussing, I am thankful to have the citrus, because it's gonna come in handy later on when we can't get a hold of it. And, well, it's one way to prevent getting scurvy. Alright, everyone, take care, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay, welcome back, everyone. The limes slices are finally dehydrated. So, let's take this first top off. Now, I have let them cool and acclimate, but you don't want to let them acclimate to room temperature for too long, because you have to watch out for humidity. Look how beautiful and crisp those are. They're dry, y'all. You have to make sure that those center, I'll show you. You have to make sure that those center pieces right there are dry and not gooey. And of course, I used my silicone mats. And for the person that I cannot remember their name, their channel name, who said I had my trays upside down. If my trays were upside down, they wouldn't be working, because these are stackable trays where you stack them on top of one another, and when you go to store them, they stack down. I'll show you here in a minute. Here's another wonderful tray, perfectly dry. I'll take my silicone mat off. Now, when you're dehydrating, especially when you're using the dehydrator that I am, see, they stack on top of one another. When you go to store them, you turn them upside down. Now, see how thin that is? See the difference? This is how they were dehydrating. My trays are not upside down. They are now. let's empty some more trays. Oh, look at that, upside down. One more. Beautifully dry. Now that's one that you have to go like that. See, they stack down. Alright, I'm going to finish emptying the other trays, and I will bring you back, and we're going to vacuum seal some of them in bags and jars. I'll see you back here in a bit. Okay, now that I've got all the trays emptied, look at all those beautiful dried lime slices. Now, I'm going to show you two different ways. You can vacuum seal them in jars, or you can do vacuum seal bags. Now, I'm going to cheat because it's late night and I'm pretty tired, y'all. I would show y'all the brake bleeder way. Is usually the way I do it. But I'm going to cheat. I'm going to bring out the electric gadget. This is a food saver. It has the handheld vacuum sealer, which works wonderful for jars. And then I also have where you can either use a roll or the individual bags. So let's have some fun. And a Sharpie marker. Sorry y'all, and a Sharpie marker. Cause if you didn't know, those almost look like lemon slices. You want to try to get as many in your jar as possible. And like I said, if you wanted to, instead of put them in a jar or bag, you get your trusty old coffee grinder out. Make sure you dedicate a coffee grinder just for this, for taking care of making powdered foods. You can powder these up if you wanted to and make lime powder, which would be perfect in teas, wonderful in soup. Yes, soup, y'all. Add it to salsa. You can use it for so many things. Limeade. And as always, make sure your work surface is clean and sanitized. Your jar definitely. And also your hands as well. There we go. Sometimes you gotta teach them who's boss and get it to go in there. I'm using my El Cheapo, where are they? Seal a meal bag. If I hadn't run off, excuse me y'all, I apologize. If I hadn't run off from the house as fast as I did this morning, I would have had the beautiful Mylar bags that gave to me by Woods Witch. I haven't forgot your Woods Witch. And there we go. I'm not going to worry about it that much. But at your house, try to get as much as possible in your jar. Leave some headspace. I get one. Couple more good ones. Alright, let me get a lid. Okay, regardless if you're using a brake bleeder or the electric pressure sealer, you still have to have one of these amazing lids. This is the vacuum sealer lid for jars. This is for wide mouth jars. They come as a set. You get a wide mouth one and a regular mouth. I apologize, y'all. Put your lid on here. Put your top down on it. You'll hear a little psst. That's a little bit of air coming out. Now, do not worry if you see your anything in your jar shift down or move. That's because that air is being sucked out. Gently take your top off. Your lid should not pop. That baby is sealed. And since they look so much like lemons, I'm going to put, of course I know it's automatically, I'm going to know it's dried, but dried lime, and this is 11/22. Gotta get used to doing 11, y'all. Don't seem like we should be. Alright, that is how you vacuum seal jars. Fast, easy, and people have been asking me, do I vacuum seal my other jars? Oh, you betcha. I do it off camera. Alright, now, let's get to doing the bag. I wished I had my Mylar bags, I really do. But this is going to work for now. Now, I have my vacuum sealer selected dry mode, because these are dry, very well dry. And if you were putting up meat, which I would hope you'd be putting it up in a jar and not in the freezer, you would have to select the moist. It's best to get them going pretty much in all the same direction. Please don't get OCD. It don't have to be that well done. But it is best if they're all going the same way. That way your bag can lay flat. And you're going, uh-oh. I forget about that lever on the side. You're going to pull your ends tight. Put it down in that little green tray. And see, this is where it's going to seal right there. Now if you wanted to, you could cut your bag down, but there's really no need. Alright, got it down. You're going to push. Now if you have a vacuum sealer, yours might work completely differently. We're going to hit the vacuum first. And now it's automatically going to go to seal it. And you'll hear a psst noise. That's perfectly fine. That's the air escaping. And there I have a beautiful bag of vacuum sealed lime slices. Now, my mistake again. I forget this all the time. Put lime. I mean, it should be, you know, a given that it slices. So I'm bypassing that one. And I'm going to put 11, which stands for November 22. Because this is the year that they were vacuum sealed. But look at that. Is that not just absolutely beautiful? Let's do one more. And that can go into a tote. You can put all your dehydrated citrus slices in a tote, y'all. And let's not make that mistake again. Been a while since I bag vacuum sealed anything. Lime 1122. Because like I said, if you can't tell that's slices of something, yeah. And you're just going to take from your bowl. It's easier to work with the bowl than trying to pick them all off the tray. And probably what I'm going to do is at a later date, since these bags are really cheap, I'm going to move it to Mylar bags. But if you want to put a set number in there, that's perfectly fine. I'm just putting enough that I know that will fit into a jar. Because yes, now, when you open the bag, put them in a jar. You can vacuum seal the jar if you want to, or you can just put the lid on and put your band on good and snug. It's up to you, folks. Now, make sure it goes in there. You want to kind of straighten your bag up. That helps out a whole lot. Alright, it's locked down now. That way, if you have to, you can do some shuffling. And we're going to push the vacuum button. I love that sound. It means all that air is coming out. Like I said, your slices might not be pretty slices afterwards. And see, it's sealed beautifully. Another beautiful bag. And you're going to hear crunch crunch for a while. But it's perfectly fine, y'all. Alright, I'm going to get to sealing some more bags and get these all sealed up, and I'll bring you back at the end. See you here after a while. Alright, there we have it. 7 good sized bags and 1 little bitty bag. But you know what? This little bitty bag is just as important as these bigger bags. Yes, they are. They are all important. Plus 1 pint jar of beautiful dehydrated lime slices, which when the hits the fan, we got vitamin C. Excuse me, y'all. We got vitamin C to keep us from having scurvy and other very bad health problems when you don't have vitamin C. And depending on the size of the slice, 1 slice per cup of hot water, because water's not hard to heat up as long as you know how to make a fire, y'all. 1 big slice or a couple or so little bitty ones, because there's going to be little ones, big ones, to dry all the slices, dry the ends and everything. Now, unfortunately, I did not get not 1 seed out of those limes. So it's some of those that, they have bred, so there's no seeds in them. So I was hoping to get to start some lime trees, because I don't have many lime trees. But eventually I'll find limes that have seeds in it. Now, this is not all the limes I have to dry. I have more, but I will do that in a couple of days. I hope this encourages you to, yes, there's not a single thing wrong with shopping clearance. As long as the produce is in good shape, save it from going to the dumpster and being wasted. Only thing those limes were they were getting really ripe, where they're actually kind of sweet. Simple, easy, anyone can do this. Just believe in yourself. And when you're vacuum sealing them, especially for storage purposes, you want to try to get your bags as flat as possible. I had a couple ones that just, had a mind of their own, but it's only to help with storage, because I'm telling you, bugging out with totes of dried food is a whole lot easier than jars. A whole lot easier, y'all. One day I'll have that medium freeze dryer. I'm going to get it eventually. And then we're going to have all kinds of fun. Hope this encourages you to also dehydrate. Use some limes, lemons, oranges. If you like grapefruit, go for it. Mangoes, you name it. Papaya. Just make sure the slices are real thin. Dehydrate it and put it back, y'all. your blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, you name them. Dehydrate them. Dehydrate as much as you can. Put back as much food as you can. I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. Y'all stay safe and sound. Stay positive above all else. We're in this together and we're going to make it one way or another. Also, continue to stock your pantries with nutritious food that will help you to survive and feed yourself very well. Everyone, take care and may you each be blessed. I'll see you soon.